Hello guys, welcome back to our channel. This is AI Big Tech. Alright, welcome back to our channel. So in today's video, I'll be showing us how to properly add your switches to your electrical design plan or your electrical design project. Maybe you are designing an electrical design plan for your video, or you're an aspiring electrical design engineer that wants to start designing electrical plan for complaints, for residential buildings, for commercials. So this video is all about adding your switch properly. We have already done the adding of electrical lightning features. As you are seeing in the video, those green features, they are the lightning features in the building. So now let's get up. Before we get started, please kindly subscribe to our channel if you are just joining us for the first time. Don't forget to like, comment and share the video. I believe me, this video is going to be helpful to you, and then you can also share to your loved ones. So in this video, we are working on two panels, two distribution panel. We have the normal distribution panel and you have the emergency distribution panel. Don't forget, like I said, this is a commercial building, is an office. So now let's just start. So like I said, we are adding our switches to the building, so which means these are one gang, and then one gang, the switch will be controlling the lighting points, the lighting features in this room. Each switch will be adding each switch to all the rooms in the building, in this residential building. So now these are one gang switch. All right, so how do you know this in one gang switch? Like every electrical plan also always have an electrical legend where you can know the meaning of all these symbols. So it is always attached to the file to this building. So this one is also attached to the one to the building, to what we are designing beside it. So if in case you don't know what this means, you will always find it beside it. So now let's properly arrange it. So whenever you want to put your switch into the building, so make sure you are not putting it in between the beam or inside the beam, or putting it at the back of the door. Make sure you are putting it in a free space. Like I said, we have two main board. We have the main distribution board and we also have the emergency distribution board. The second switch with E stands for the emergency switch, one gang, one way emergency switch. So the emergency switch will control the emergency lightning features in the building. Every lightning that you are seeing there, they are segmented into two parts, which is the normal one will be fed by the normal distribution panel, while the one with the emergency will be fed with the emergency distribution panels. So so as you can see in the video, so the one gang with E sign, which means that it will be controlling the emergency lightning features in this room, in this building, in this in this store particularly. So can you see that our switch is segmented into two parts, which means we have the normal switch and we have the emergency switch. So now let's continue. So let me just quickly explain what the normal distribution panel, the normal and the emergency distribution panels means. The normal distribution panels always feed by the power by the utility or the grid. So which means that whenever there is whenever there is power outage, or the lightning control connected under it, or the electrical under it will be off whenever there's power outage. So that's the reason why we are incorporating it with emergency distribution panel, which means whenever there is a power outage, the emergency distribution panels will pick up the load, and then we power up those load under it. So now we are adding our switches. Like I said, don't put your switch behind the door, don't let the door cover your switch, or don't put it inside the beam. So now let's continue, and then we want to copy the E part. Like I said, is segmented into two, normal distribution panel and the emergency distribution panel. So now let's put it. So if you should check our design very well, you will see that there are some lightnings they are much deeper than each other. There are some that has a deep color and some are very light. The one with a deep color green, or that has any type of deep color of green in it, is for the emergency lightning, or which will be controlled, or which will be which will be fed by the emergency distribution panel, while with the one with the light will be fed and controlled by the normal distribution panel. So like you can see, the switches is into two parts in each room. So all right, so now let's continue. So we are trying to scale it so that it won't be too big, it won't be too small, it will be moderate, and it will be very okay. Please just stay tuned and watch carefully as we do this, as we do the electrical design plan. Also, let's all right, so you can see the lightning features with the deep green here, which is will be controlled by the emergency distribution panel. The emergency distribution panel could be your inverter, could be your solar system, it could be your UPS, anything. Like I said, this is a commercial building, so electricity will be so much important in this place. So now let's continue. This is a administration building. Okay, so now let's continue. So let's do some scaling to it. Okay, so let's continue. All right, let's try position it rightly, in the right way. Let's do the positioning way. So whenever you are doing your electrical design plan, make sure it's rightly and well positioned. Don't place it in between the beam or at the back of the door. Don't let the door cover your switches. Don't let the door cover your socket or any other of your electrical design plan. Don't let anything object cover it. It must be in a free space. So now we are done with that. So now let's continue with this conference room, or can we call it meeting? Can you see these 3, 1, 2, 3 I'm touching? They will be controlled by the emergency switch and will be fed by the emergency distribution panel. It's just like we shedding the loads or distributing the load into two parts. So if you have not subscribed to our channel, if you are finding this video very helpful, please kindly subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like, comment and share our video for more helpful. Like I said, we will be dealing more with a practical electrical design project for now. So now we are working on the switches, how to rightly position your switch in the right way. So now also we'll be properly arranging for this conference room. You can see this is a room for conference or for meeting. So now let's rotate. Okay, and then put it as this one. The A will controls the emergency lightning in the room. So 1, 2 and 3, that's what the emergency switch will control. Can you see? All right, so let's go and bring the normal switch. Okay, so like I said, if you don't know any of these symbols, if you don't know it often, you can just come to this legend you are seeing and just come and check for their meaning. They are always in every electrical design plan. That's what we call electrical legend. So you always find it there. Whenever you see any of the electrical symbol in an electrical design and you don't understand, you can just come there and come and find the meaning. You will always find it there. It's always there. All right, so let's position this one in the right way and in the right direction. Okay, let's move it to the wall. So we are trying to scale it so that it will be okay, to be very perfect. Okay, so let's continue. All right, okay, so don't mind the software. That's how it does sometimes, kind of slowing us down so long. Okay, so let's just move it to the bottom, to the top, to the bottom of the wall, to the bottom of the building walls. Okay, so all right, and then let's move it. So this is a 2 gang, it have 2 mouths. So 2 gang, that means that we will be designing this room, the normal lightning, into, we'll be segmenting them into 2 parts, which means 1 gang of the 2 gang will controls some certain set of lightning features. It could be 4, it could be 3, it could be 5, and the other gang will be controlling the other set of the normal lightning features in this apartment. So that's how we do it. I would love us to do some certain things. Let us try and do some indications so that we can understand more of what we are doing. Okay, so I want us to do some editing to it, and then all right, okay. So let's try and edit the alphabet, and then we change it to A and B. So which means that the first gang is A and the second gang is B. So every of the lightning features we labeled as A, the gang that is labeled A will control every lightning features labeled as A, and the gang labeled as B will control every lightning features labeled as B in this conference or meeting room or whatever it's called. Okay, so now let's continue. So we can decide to label five lightning features A. That means one gang will be a particular gang will controlling gang A will be controlling all the A part of the lightning features, all the A part of the lightning labeled as A lightning features, while the gang B will be controlling every of the lightning features labeled as B. So every of the lightning features labeled as B. Okay, so now let's continue. That's the emergency. So let's try and do some scaling to it. Let's adjust it to the in the normal way and the proper way. Okay, so let's just okay. So all right, so let's just adjust it. Let's zoom it and adjust it well. So make sure whenever you are working with your electrical design, make sure it's well positioned and well professional. Do it in a professional way. Okay, so now okay, let's just label it first. Okay, let's try to edit it. Okay, so and then let's label those lightning features we want gang A to control. So let's we copied it, and then let's indicate it as A, indicate 2, that's 2 lightning features 2. Let's zoom it and 2. So gang A will be controlling all this one we are labeling as A. Okay, 3. Okay, all right, so 4, this is 4, don't forget. And then so, and it doesn't necessarily mean you will be using 2 gang to control. You can also use 1 gang to control it. It depends on your choice. This depends on your choice. This is just to show you the practical way of doing what design your electrical plan in any of this so in whichever way you like, and then following the electrical code and standard. So this B, let's copy it and put it there. So gang B will be controlling every lightning features labeled as B, so we could easily find it so much easy. So you can decide to use 1 gang to control every of the normal lightning features, and you can decide to use 2 gang. So it's a matter of choice. And I think we are done with that. So we are done. Okay, let's also label the emergency lightning features. Like I said, we have the emergency switch, we have the normal lightning switch. So let's label this so that we can know that okay, wherever you see the alphabet, a switch with the same alphabet will be controlling those lightning features. Okay guys, if you have been finding this video helpful, please kindly subscribe, comment, share this video. All right, so we have moved to this another office. This another office, and then we have added the switch. So let's label it A. So gang A will be controlling every set of luminous lightning features we labeled as A. This one too is A. All right, so I think we'll be doing up to 3. So 3 lightning features will be controlled by 1 gang, will be controlled by gang A, and the 3 other normal lightning features will be controlled by gang B. So it's very simple. So this is just we adding switch. So whenever In our next video, we'll be doing more of wiring every of these lightning features you are seeing. We'll be doing the wire and also putting segmenting them to their different circuits in this DB. So E will stand for emergency, so emergency switch will control these features, these lightning features further. So we are done with that. Okay, so 1 2, can you see this screen will be controlled. All right, so let's continue with our video. Guys, don't forget to turn on the notification bell to quickly be the first to be notified whenever we drop a video like this, because we'll be doing more practical electrical design projects nowadays. This is what we're doing most. All right, so let's move to another building. So we are going to the toilet, which is the restroom. Or so whenever you are working in the toilet, it is very advisable to use a switch or any of your socket, anything you'll be using there. It is very essential to use a higher degree of protection switches or socket, because there are some, that is why we'll be using, can you see that we label this one as WP, which is weatherproof. So whenever we are working on restrooms, working in kitchen, it is better to use a weatherproof switches and sockets or anything you'll be using, because of some factors like water in the toilet, so as not to get your switches, your sockets damaged easily, and in the kitchen, so as the heat, every other factors, temperatures could not easily get it spoiled. That's why we use a switch of higher degree of protection that is well protected against all these things I've mentioned, against water. So I thought we'll be using the switch inside the toilet. You can decide to put the switch inside the toilet beside the door, or you can decide to put it outside. So I prefer we put it in outside, so it is very okay to on the switch before going inside, since it is a narrow toilet, so you can just put it outside. So because of this video, I don't want to be longer than, so I won't be changing it. Let's just use it like that. So whenever you want to design your own, you can decide to put it inside. So if you are putting inside the WP, which is the weatherproof, is very essential. Now that is outside, is not essential. Now that you are putting it outside the toilet, means it's not essential anymore, since there is no water that will be affecting it. So now let's continue. Let's try adjust it and rightly position this in the right way. Okay, so let's put it there. All right, so make sure you positioned it well. Make sure it's professional and rightly positioned. You don't just scatter it anyhow. So let's move it and place it behind the wall. Okay, that's okay. Okay, so now let's go and work. Like I said, every of this sign, because we'll be working more on, we will still work more on the switching off on the power circuit sockets, every other thing in our next video. So just stay tuned, follow us, turn on the notification bell, follow every of our channels, and we'll be updating more of this in our next video. So our next video that we'll be seeing is, we'll be working more on the wiring of these lightning features. After that, we go to the wiring to the sockets, to the power socket, every other power circuit also. So now let's continue. So this is our kitchen. So in the kitchen also, like I said, instead we'll be using a waterproof switch. Okay, so now let's rotate it. WP means waterproof, weatherproof, and then the one gang, which means, okay, so now let's continue. Let's do it the right way. Okay, so now let's scale it a little bit, and then let's adjust it. You You can just leave like that, and then let's go and take another switch that will control it. Okay, so now we'll be making use of two gang. Let's continue. Okay, so let's continue. Sorry about that. We are supposed to choose waterproofed, and then we are supposed to use the emergency switch, but due to the purpose of this video, let's quickly, so that we can quickly okay. Okay, let's adjust it. Like I said, these lightnings, they are segmented into two parts. We have the normal distribution panel here, and we have the emergency distribution panel. So which means that the normal distribution power panel is powered by the grid, or do I say is powered by the grid, or is powered by the PCN on. And why the emergency is like a backup generator or a backup source, that whenever there is a power outage or power failure, the backup will serve as a backup to this administration building, to this commercial building. Like I said, this is an office, and electricity is very needed in this building. A constant electricity is very needed, so they must have a backup generator or an emergency backup. So all right, so like I'm saying, emergency generator could be your UPS, it could be your backup generator, any other, or it could be your inverter solar system. So all right, so let's adjust this to the normal way. Okay, so let's quickly. So like I said, guys, if you have not subscribed to our channel, please kindly subscribe. Don't forget to like, comment, and share this video. Comment and share it, and also turn on your notification bell whenever we, so that to be the first to get notified whenever we drop a new video like this. Because we'll be drawing, like I said, more of our video will be, sorry about that, more of our video will be electrical design plan, electrical design. So we'll be designing electrical from scratch, to from beginning to the scratch. So we have a long way to do. So let's continue with this. So now, okay, let's continue. So we are working more. Let's edit this and then change it to yellow first. So now we are going to the long corridor to work, to put the switch. So this switch means that is a one gang two-way switch. Two-way switch means what? You'll be able to control, like maybe where you have a long corridor and it is a long corridor and it has two entrances. So which means you want to be able to control the light in the first entrance and also to control it in the second entrance. That's why where we use two-way switches. So you'll be able to control it from one point and also be able to control it from the other point, which means you have two entrances and you want to control your light in from one end and also control it from the other end. That's when we begin to use two-way switch. So now let's change this two-way switch to yellow. This is a one gang two-way. One gang two-way. So one two-way switch is always used in a long corridor. Okay, so now let's change it to yellow as we have been doing to the others. Yes, save the changes. Okay, so now we have changed it to yellow, and let's go on do the needful at the long corridor in the building. Okay. Okay, so let's copy it and then let's go and place it at the right position in the corridor. So like as you can see, you have two entrances. We have one, people come from the stairs, we want them to be able to turn on these four lightning features in the corridor, in this long corridor, and then people coming from the entrance, we want them to be able to turn it on or off at the entrance also. So let's place it beside the stairs, and then let's go and put the second one inside. So let's shift it away from the door so that it won't be covered by the door. So let's shift it outside. Okay, I think it's okay like this, and let's put it down. Oh, sorry about this. Let's delete some. Okay, so we are done with that one. So which means we'll be able to control it from this to end. Okay, so there's also the entrance. We need to put switch at the entrance. So all this lighting in the corridor, they are emergency lighting. Sorry, we couldn't indicate, so they are emergency. So an emergency lighting, they are 24/7 lighting. So whenever there is power outage, they are always light. So let's quickly design for the entrance. We need a one gang one way switch also for the entrance. So like I said, more of our video will be based on electrical plans nowadays. So in case you are eager to learn more of electrical plan, we'll be dropping more feeds in our channels, in our Facebook page, on our TikTok, every other pages. So don't forget to subscribe, share, comment, and like our video. Also turn on the notification bell. Okay, so now let's okay, we are trying to rotate it. This how the software do sometimes. It's kind of stressing, so I think we have to use it this way. If it's not working, if it does not work this time around. Okay, let's try it one more time. Let's try it again. Okay, all right. Let's just put it that way, so that it won't waste our time. So that was, I think we are done with every of the lightning switch. So guys, thank you for staying with us from the beginning to the end. So in our next video, we'll be talking more. We'll be going into wiring all today's lightning feature. Please kindly subscribe to our channel. Don't forget to like, comment, and share. Thank you for staying with us. Thank you.